Welcome in the Universe community. My name is Sanchita Pandey and our topic for today is your vibrations reach before you do. So even before you reach a place physically, your vibrations are already there, right there on the forefront. So this is our topic for today, very important topic because once we realize that the universe speaks the language of vibrations and feelings and emotions, that is why you have to take utmost care and importance of how you are feeling all the time. And this is what is going to create your life. Now here, I know this businesswoman who used to do very brisk business from some of her important clients, but she used to make fun of these clients afterwards. So she used to say like they have some problem of shopping too much and buying everything they want, everything they see in my shop. And what happened? You can well know much in advance. The vibrations already reached the clients and in no time her shop closed. Why did she go and tell her clients that I don't like you? Do you have some problem of shopping? No. Why are you so rich? I hate the fact that you can buy anything in my shop. No. The vibrations reached the client. Now something happened and they were not enjoying shopping in that place. And so that is how gradually what happened. She lost the business. She lost her important clients. My grandmother related this story once that there was this prostitute and nearby another housewife used to live, and the prostitute used to admire how the housewife was living a life of beauty. She had a beautiful family, and on the other hand the housewife used to think this lady is so rich and wearing all kinds of nice clothes and all, so appreciating her life. Once when they died, what happened? The housewife went to hell and the other woman went to heaven. Now, why did this happen? Because where were they focusing on? Though she was living a life of chastity and she was living with a beautiful family, her focus was always on the other side. She was appreciating something, and so that is what she became. Though circumstances were showing something else. On the other hand, the other woman was not living a life which she appreciated much, but she was appreciating a life where there was much love among family members. She was appreciating the fact that this lady had a beautiful family, a beautiful house, and that is how you create your life, by your feelings, your thoughts. So your thoughts are vibration too. You were making fun of your wife or husband, or maybe you were criticizing your husband or wife when you were with your friends, and when you go back home you find him or her nagging, not very happy. Now what happened? You did not go and tell her, look, I made fun of you today, I criticized you. No, the vibrations reached much before. They were already traveling much ahead of you. So before you reach there physically, your vibrations were already there. That is how you are creating your life. So as it is said, our mind is projecting our thoughts in our daily life. So what you see around in your life is a projection of your thoughts. You have created it with your thoughts. So that is the effect. That is not the cause. But we think it otherwise. We say, I am unhappy because this has caused me to be unhappy. This experience, this person. It is the other way around. How you think and feel is causing you your sickness, your resentment, your hatred, your always getting sick, or you're not enjoying much well-being because of your thoughts. You are reliving those negative experiences again and again. You have a choice always. So there is a small gap between something that happens to you and your response to that. There is a choice. There is a small gap where you can make a choice. Now when you are getting angry, somebody is making you angry, that is what we say. there is a little gap where with awareness you can choose. Now, witness your anger. See that your emotions are changing. Your breath is getting faster. Here, you can choose your response. Now, this will require a lot of awareness. So, it is not that somebody else has been successful in making you angry, or I am unhappy because of my circumstances. You always have a choice, and this choice, this awareness of having a choice, makes you a limitless creator. Now you can create anything, because every moment you are choosing your response, you are choosing your quality of thoughts, you are choosing where you are focusing on, you are choosing whether you are resentful, criticizing things, or you are in gratitude about every little blessing in your life. Easter Hicks calls this your point of attraction. So whatever you are exuding must come back to you. Now, if it is a beautiful energy of love, peace, then this is what you are going to receive. So again, it started with you. You were exuding the energy, the vibrations of peace, of love, and so that is what comes back to you. Now, another question that comes to our mind is, I did not ask for this kind of argument. This person came and started fighting with me. So again, you can choose your response. You can move out from that place of negativity. You can avoid this person, ignore what you do not like in your life, and you can choose your response. Response means response at that time, and also afterwards, after the experience, you can choose not to go back and think again and again about it, because it is like inducing poison in your body. Every time you are taking a negative thought, it is just like an input of negative energy in your body, which is very harmful for your well-being. So whenever you experience negative circumstances in your life, now it may be illness also, so you can use the law of substitution. Like Dr. Joseph Murphy has said, the law of substitution means that instead of suffering when something is not going on well in your life, you can look for the lessons that lie in that suffering. So instead of suffering and struggling, you can just look for the lessons and become a better person. Look for the lessons and still start focusing on that one thing which is still going on well in your life, so that your point of attraction, as Easter Hicks has said, point of attraction changes. Though there is illness all around, your point of attraction still is positive, because you have decided, you have chosen to focus on that one thing which still is going on well. Instead of focusing on the negative aspect in your life, you have used the law of substitution. That is, you learn from your mistakes, you become more patient, you have more faith in the Almighty, you have more positive thoughts that no, nothing wrong will come into my life, only the best is coming into my life, and you are in this expectation of positive things entering into your life. So you see, your point of attraction is now changing. There are some people, what happens is, when there is illness in your family, you sit beside this person and talk about the illness, how it started, when it started, and for a very long time you are only talking about illness. You can visualize the wellness of this person. Talk about how you will feel when you are all right. Talk about you are already whole. Come on, you can heal yourself. There is this whole pharmacy in our body which can heal you, but you have to make use of this pharmacy, and your thoughts and emotions are the vehicles which you can use to make use of the pharmacy which is already there in your body. Have you seen how from a dry wood, a dry tree, small beautiful leaves can grow? That is, you could never imagine something can grow out of this dried twig or branch of tree. But you have seen how nature gives you these lessons, that from any situation you can always rise up higher. So it is a choice you are making Get up once again and look at the stars. Get up once again and keep moving forward. Get up from that illness, believing that you will become well. Have faith and talk about wellness. So the emotion changes, feeling changes, and your point of attraction changes. This is very important. What is your point of attraction in this moment? It is not about hard work at all. That is why you must have seen this person has not even taken any degree from a university. And how is it? He was selling samosas and chops there on the road, and today he owns 3 and 4 hotels. How did it happen? Because he was doing inspired work. It is all about vibrations. Look at celebrities, successful people. They are always doing inspired work, always full of enthusiasm, energy. Why? Because they are aligned with their purpose and with something they love to do. They are aligned with service, giving service to the society. They reach out to so many people. It is not about doing only for them, earning only for their family. It is something about enriching lives around them. So you will get rich only once you start giving. No matter how much you are earning today, once you start sharing and giving, abundance has to become a part of your life. So it is all starting from you. You start giving, now you start receiving, because whatever you are giving out becomes your point of attraction of receiving. You are giving out service, you are receiving abundance in return. You give out love, you are receiving love, affection, appreciation in return. But the first step has to be taken by you. You start it, and then the universe co-creates with you. It is never that the universe will come and tell you what to do. It will just respond to whatever vibrations you are exuding. So it is like a genie. It will just do what you say. So you have to be aligned with the laws of the universe, which are peace, satisfaction, love, inspired work, awareness. These are the laws of the universe. Appreciation. You cannot stop others and want your own success. You are criticizing others all the time, and then you want well-being. It is not possible. You'll have these digestive problems, pain here and there, just because of the energy you are exuding. Before exuding this kind of energy, first it flows in your own body. What happens is criticism, resentment, hatred. This is blocking the flow of chi or life-giving energy in your own body first, and now you feel sick. And this is what you are exuding outside. More experiences, more such people who will, instill this feeling of hatred, more arguments will enter in your life. So it is like a genie. The universe says, okay, your wish is my command. This is what you are exuding, and this is what I am giving to you. So when God made this universe, this algorithm was there. I want this world to be happy. Now if you are happy, you will get more happiness. So nobody has any control over you. Nobody can make you unhappy, because you are limitless. You are the creator of your life. You cannot blame anybody, because you always have this small gap where you can choose with absolute awareness how you will respond to someone. Somebody was nasty, that is his or her problem, not yours. Now you have a choice. You have to be very aware of your own point of attraction. What am I going to exude? This is what you have to see every moment. Now you can't take care of each and every thought that you are thinking. So all you can do is, after every 1 hour, check on how you are feeling. If you are feeling good, you must be thinking good thoughts. You must be there at the right place among the right people. That is why you are feeling good. In his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy has mentioned how a small boy came up to Socrates and said, I want to be wise. I would like to be wise. and Socrates and the boy went for swimming. And now Socrates asked this boy to remain underwater for at least 3 to 4 minutes, and within 3 minutes he started gasping for breath. So Socrates asked the boy, what was it that you really wanted when you were underwater? And he said, I wanted to breathe, I wanted air. So when you want peace, satisfaction in your life, and it becomes a necessity, you have to live in peace and you have to lead a satisfied life. When they become a priority in your life, what happens is you prepare yourself much in advance to be aware that whenever any circumstance comes which may intimidate you, irritate you, you will be in absolute awareness to choose your response. Now, when you have made up your mind to choose peace, satisfaction, gratitude, appreciation, that is when you will lead a life of happiness, because happiness doesn't lie anywhere outside. It is a state of mind. You choose to be happy. You are in gratitude for your little blessings. That is how you remain happy. You cannot be happy because you have these accumulations of materialistic things, because that will be transitory happiness. For inner joy, for absolute happiness, you have to be connected with the universe and be of service, be peaceful, be satisfied. Now, these are the laws of the universe which you ought to follow. It is very easy to read a book and then go back again to your office or sit among your friends again talking negative about somebody or discussing about the problems only that are happening around you. So that becomes your point of attraction. So choose where your focus is at any moment. Make a choice to appreciate, to be satisfied, to be in gratitude, to be in peace. These are the things you have to choose every moment to create a better life tomorrow. So when are you creating? In this present moment, in the now. Whatever you are creating now, whatever you are doing now will make your future tomorrow. So when it is something different you are doing, something better you are doing, if you are making better choices in this now, that is how you can improve your life tomorrow. Can you imagine that even the weather of a place depends on the cumulative effect of vibrations of people living in a place? So that is how important vibrations are. It is like the tsunami comes into this region and it changes its direction if the people living there are at a higher vibration. So where there is sharing, caring, more love among people, the vibrations will be high and better things will be experienced by people. As far as vibrations are concerned, this is the language of the universe. So if you speak beautiful words for me, but inside you think, I just don't like you, the vibrations are reaching me. That is why we may meet every day, but still there is no affinity. And sometimes you don't know this person is an absolute stranger. Still you can feel some kind of connection because of the vibration. So this language of vibration is the language in which the universe is speaking all the time. If we learn this language of vibration, that means your words, your thoughts and your actions, when they are aligned, your words, your thoughts and your actions are aligned. Now you raise your vibration, because you are not lying to the universe. There's this divine eye which is always taking your selfie. So you cannot trick the universe. The universe just knows what you are thinking. Your actions are not matching what you are thinking, what you are saying, how you are behaving. Everything is being watched over by the universe 24/7. So when you trick the universe, when you think of tricking the other person, speaking beautiful words, but then working against this person, what is happening? You are lying. And then That is how the law of karma will work on you, because everything you are exuding must come back to you. As far as the I am vibrations are concerned, you just cannot make these I am vibrations. I am wealthy, I am whole, I am appreciative. They won't have any effect, because again, the words are important. They have power, yes, but when they are combined with feelings, with vibrations. So when you say I am whole, I am healthy, you have to feel healthy. I am worthy. Now you have to feel worthy of receiving your desires. If you feel unworthy inside, I am no good. Oh, I have been asked to say these I am vibrations, so I am worthy, I am worthy. But inside you don't feel worthy. Then these I am vibrations won't work for you. So I am worthy. Now believe you are worthy. Visualize the kind of life you would like to live. And imagine yourself in that place already. So you think from the end. Whatever you are desiring, you feel as if it is already done. It is given to you. Now how you feel? Feel the air. Feel the feeling of success, of receiving your desire. That is how you attract all your desires in your life, and everything is attraction. So everything is attraction, and this begins with you. You are the core. You are the perpetrator of whatever is being created in your life, and you can change it in this now. You have the power of this moment, this now, this present moment, where you can change the quality of your thoughts, change the quality of inputs, change your behavior, change the quality of people you are with, change what you are reading, change your actions, change your thoughts, forgive what doesn't serve you, and that is how your tomorrow will be absolutely beautiful. And you have created it. You have created it in this present moment. So ask yourself this question all the time. What is your point of attraction in this moment? Point of attraction, as Easter Hicks has described it. What is your point of attraction in this moment? Whatever you are exuding in this now. Is it love? Is it satisfaction, peace, inspired work? This is what you are exuding, and this is what your mind is projecting and creating in your life. Thank you so much, Inner Universe community. I love you, and I send you my love and blessings. It is always so beautiful to connect with all of you. We'll meet again with a new topic for you. Thank you. Namaste.